남자입니다. 안녕하세요, 여러분들. So welcome. Good morning, good Saturday morning, everybody. I'm back in my favorite place once again. My favorite place to stream from here, Kitab Kuala, in this beautiful book cafe. This is after 42 episodes of going to almost 35 different cafes around this area. Yes, 35 cafes in this area alone. I've come to the conclusion that this is my favorite place to stream from. Kitab Kuala. No need to I get a comfortable little corner to myself, beautiful background, and also being able to show you guys what's happening on the streets. It's also quiet and nobody else around to disturb, and just overall the best place to stream from overall. Oh, very rare to see, like right now a lot of Japanese are here. Whole Japanese family is here. Maybe I should say hi. I haven't practiced my Japanese for a while. You guys want to hear my Japanese? おはようございます。おはようございます。どこに来ましたか？
どこに住んでます。I live in Istanbul.
ああ、そうですね。You live in Istanbul? For how long? For 2 years. Oh yeah, I'm a streamer. Hello. はじめまして。My name is 橋本さん。はい、橋本さん。My name is Jason. シンガポール生まれで今はニューヨークに住んでいます。はい。日本人です。今イスタンブールに住んでいます。はいはいはい。So it's Japanese working here and living here in Istanbul for the past 2 years. Yeah. Well, he speaks perfect English, so I don't know why we're doing this in Japanese. I just want to show off my Japanese. Okay, I haven't spoken Japanese in front of the camera for a long time. So what do you think of Istanbul after 2 years?
Now, as you know, now the pandemic.
Yes.
So a little bit hard. The city is very beautiful. People is very friendly.
Oh yeah. That's the thing I like about Istanbul. The people is like incredible.
Yeah. And the food is very delicious.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Good luck. Sayonara. So guys, you have it. A rare ad hoc interview of a Japanese person living and working here in Istanbul. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Tressa. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Ron Lucas. And yeah, okay. So that was my ad hoc interview of a Japanese person who has been living here in Istanbul for 2 years, living, working here in Istanbul. Whole family is here. And yes, and you guys hear me speak Japanese for the first time in a long time. Yes. Actually, very few people know that my Japanese is actually more fluent than my Korean language. I spoke Japanese since I was little, but after I kind of broke, there was like a very short period of time in my life where my family spoke Japanese when I was very young, when my grandparents were still around. Now after that, after granddaddy died, that whole part died with him. So yeah. So but the language kind of stuck, like as and when I like boom, wow. I was quite surprised how fluent that was. Oh, anyways. Andrea, how are you feeling today? Feeling good. But today not as energetic as I used to be. Or maybe it's the environment. This environment just promotes, like, cheering. I really like this place. Take a look. These are the regular apartments that regular Turkish people live here. And to be honest, I was actually really surprised how friendly he was and um how willing he used to be in front of camera. Because but honestly, my experience in Japan has been like this as well. Like Japanese people are a lot less adverse to being on camera than Koreans. Like Koreans, the moment you point your phone slightly in that direction, they start to disperse like pigeons. But honestly, now to think of it, right? Japanese not so much. I made a lot of videos in Japan, yeah, when I was in Osaka, and Japanese not so much. They're not that camera shy, yeah. So come to think of it, between China, Korea, and Japan, Koreans are the most camera shy culture I've ever seen. In fact, pointing a camera in Korea it goes as far as this. If in Korea you point a camera at a Korean oppa and you take photo, that's illegal by the way. Not just oppa, of course. You take anyone without their permission. It is expressly illegal in Korea. So if you're going to Korea for travel or what, you gotta take note, no? You know, a lot of people like to take random people on the streets. I do, you know, because it's interesting to show the people in the culture, right? And in some countries, people just video other people freely, like America, like Singapore. But in Korea, this is actually expressly illegal. Okay, it's illegal. You can get into trouble for that. Okay, so you gotta take note. You know, Korean people are camera shy for a reason, and it's even in the law. Oh, you gotta take note of that. Maybe Istanbul changed him. He became more open. Yeah, actually, he feels more open than the regular Japanese people I've met so far. Maybe 2 years in Istanbul really changed him, because Istanbul people are like that. You know, the way reacted to the camera just now was more like, as you guys have seen, the Istanbul people who has appeared on my live stream before, right? They just see me live stream, they walk up to it, they say hi to the camera and things like that. That was exactly what they did. So, now to think of it, yeah, Andrea, very good point. Maybe, and you know, okay, of course, now, the living in every environment is going to change you in some way, 100%. So it's not even a maybe, okay? 100% by living here for 1 year, 2 years, we have been changed by Istanbul in some way, even me. In fact, next week will be my first 1 year anniversary in Istanbul next week. So next week, in my 1 year special, I'm going to talk more about how Istanbul has changed me. In fact, I'm going to make a special video for that and things like that. I'm gonna do a deep reflection and start to dig out what kind of how am I different before and after Istanbul. I honestly, to me, it's so subtle. I don't feel it. I don't feel like I've changed in any ways, but I need to do a deep dive, for this. You know. And good morning, everybody. Now, Andre is watching from somewhere Europe. I forgot where in Europe again. I try to remember all of you, but old brain is not functioning that well, you know. For those of you who just joined me, today is a very warm day here in Istanbul. As you can see, I'm without my jacket, with just a hoodie. Today we woke up to a 15 degrees Celsius autumn morning. Yes, 15 degrees Celsius. You can see right now, like pretty much nobody's wearing padding today. Everybody's dressed down today. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. No padding. No padding. Just simple jacket. 15 degrees Celsius and bright sunny day. And you guys know why my attitude to bright sunny day is. That's why you know the moment I see the sun, I say, I want to go to Kitab Kuala. By the way, this book cafe or bookstore, it's actually a bookstore. It's not even a book cafe. It's just a bookstore with coffee on the side. Okay, but this place is called Kitab Kuala, by the way. I every time I see the sun shining bright and I really want to just sit down comfortably and chit chat, I think of Kitab Kuala. Right now, honestly, after 42 episodes and 35 different cafes, this is my favorite one. Honestly, not because of the food. Honestly, they serve a big cup of coffee, but today, strangely, the cup, the size reduced. Maybe because of the hyperinflation that is going on right now in Istanbul. Everything either get more expensive, cut down in portion. And today I feel it. Right now, this is the cup is like half the size right now. And honestly, for commodities like coffee beans that's traded in US dollars, or yes, coffee bean is traded like oil, okay? Coffee bean or in US dollars, every coffee here in Istanbul, after they run out of the current batch, they're gonna have to buy coffee at twice the price right now. Why? Why twice the price? Because the lira has dropped by almost 100% over the past 1 year. When it first came, it was 1 US dollar is 6 lira. Right now, it's 1 US dollar to pushing 13 lira, which means that for the Turkish people to buy coffee bean or coffee is all imported. They don't have coffee plantations here, so coffee is all imported, and therefore right now all their coffee is they're buying in their coffee, importing a coffee at twice the price they used to pay last year. They can't sell this at the same price or the same volume anymore. So right now, this hyperinflation is happening right here in Istanbul. The economic situation, as an economist, as a lay person, you won't feel it, but as an economist, immediately I see the patterns. As an economist, I immediately see the cross reference to this hyperinflation and what happened in the German mark hyperinflation. If this thing goes out of control, this whole this whole place could be thrown into turmoil. So it's a very shaky time right now. A time where they need to be able to stabilize the currency at around this price, where foreigners find it very cheap to come and to visit Istanbul, and yet people are not losing their jobs much. Right now, people are already losing their jobs because trading companies are closed down. Because trading company means you buy something from overseas and you sell it here. I mean, things are twice the price. There's no point, right? So a lot of trading companies closed down. My friends' companies closed down, and they all told me like all out of job right now. We're all out of job. I'm so lost without you. I can't be too late to say that I was so wrong. You guys ask me, do I listen to music? So all the music that I've listened to and that I still remember were from my childhood, the 80s, 90s. Those are the songs I remember. Of course, I do follow the new Korean songs as well, but not like follow, but just for language learning sake. Eugene, I the law against perverts. Making spontaneous photography of people illegal gives law enforcement a legal reason to look at phones. Yeah, but this thing happens everywhere in the world. But only Korea has a law to protect people against this. In fact, honestly, I am pro this law. Honestly, I think every country should have this law, because can you imagine you're just walking down the street mindlessly, and then somewhere in some corner that you're not even aware of, someone is videoing you walking down the street, and then tomorrow you're on and you don't even know about it. You know how scary that is? Romania, right. Yeah, Andrea from Romania. Okay, I need to remember. Andrea from Romania. Romania is so close to Istanbul, like neighboring. I think there's a delay when messaging. Yes, there's a 25 seconds delay. And of course, when I talk, I only try to like finish what I'm saying before checking the message. So that makes the delay even longer, right? So be aware of this. It's not real time. So don't do the low. Yes, I agree. Then honestly, I don't know what you're agreeing to. Kim Teo, you did change before and after Istanbul. You injured your arm perpetually, you deepened your spirituality. Yeah. I mean, yes, those are the to me the big changes are big changes. I'm talking about like the subtle changes, like have I become, of course, honestly, um my spiritual practices ever since I got injured changed me tremendously, honestly. So if you were to think about it, yeah, it's not that Istanbul changed me, but Istanbul created the environment and the conditions to make me go back to my spiritual practice, resulting in the changes that you guys see. Yeah. Actually, if you compare my streams before and after Istanbul, if you see, last year this time I was streaming from Singapore. Who was watching? Raise your hand. Last year today, I was streaming in Singapore. Let me know if you watch. Raise your hand, please. Do you notice a difference between that me in that live stream and this me in this live stream? You know, sometimes I don't know. I need to ask you guys. You know, you guys are like my parents, and I need to ask you guys. Good morning, RG. How is Switzerland? Oh, all snowy. Hi, Limpeh. It could be that they are camera shy and lack confidence in front of the camera. No. It's not because of confidence. No, it's a culture thing and it's a law thing. You know, and it makes sense because it is actually very scary to know that you're just innocently going about your daily life and business, but you're appearing on someone else's social media, you're appearing on someone else's TikTok, and who knows, you know, people may be making jokes about what you're doing or what, you know, like all against your will. I think it's a very scary thing. And in many countries, I see this has been the root cause of a lot of social moral court or moral courtroom or what, you know, like where people take videos of people they don't like and then they bash them online. A lot of these things are taken way out of context and creates a lot of misery in other people's life. And you know, if someone is not breaking the law, then what right have you to judge that they are doing something right or wrong? Yeah? I don't know, but to me, I actually support this law. This law should exist everywhere in the world. Yeah. Andrea, who broke your heart in the childhood? No, because my grandparents died, so we stopped speaking Japanese altogether. No, it's not a 5 minutes delay. It's just that I was talking for 5 minutes before checking the message. You know, the message don't come out on the screen automatically here, no? Right now, on this screen that I'm looking at, every day I'm talking to myself. It's like a mirror. I'm talking to a mirror every day. And after I'm done talking, then, you know, I need to click this thing here to see messages, you know. So, whatever you guys post, I don't see real. I have to check the messages, actually. Wow, RG is now in Zurich. RG, I'm in Zurich, an old style city, very expensive. Oh, I went to an Asia restaurant last night, ordered a rice bowl with vegetables. It was 30 Swiss francs. Wow, the fuck. 30, 27 euros for a rice bowl. You come to my place, I'll make you a rice pot for €2. Man, Zurich is very, very expensive, I know. Everywhere in Switzerland is expensive. Eugene Kao. Actually, if I remember correctly, not just Korea, Japan also, it's the same law that mandates the max volume camera sound when taking photos. No, in Japan, the law is your sound, your camera needs to make a sound, but there's no law saying you cannot take photos. No, not that I know of. And I'm quite recent in Japan. I was still living in Japan last year, so I don't know of such laws in Japan. I was taking videos and photos of people left and right, man. Lolo, are you in the book cafe? Ah yes, Lolo, welcome back to my favorite place to stream from. My favorite book cafe, Kitab Kuala. You know, every time, today is a very warm and sunny day here in Istanbul. 15 degrees Celsius, look at that. Yesterday and the day before, you see people all in padded jackets, right? You see today, just hoodies. Even today, me, without my jacket, just a hoodie. So, strangely warm day, 15 degrees Celsius autumn. And, for some people, some of you are wondering, you see, Christmas decos are coming up. Yes, they do dress up for Christmas, but it's not a big thing. Oh shit. You know, I hate to turn the camera because turning the camera actually I run the risk of hanging the application. Okay. Eugene Cow. Just whether the law is enforced or not. Oh no, it's not whether the law is enforced or not, Eugene. Because if that's the law, you will see the signs everywhere. Just like in Korea, you see the signs in most places telling you not to do that. But I've not seen such signs at all in Japan. Not even the train stations. If there is such a law, at least in the metro station they will have the sign. But no, there wasn't such signs. If there is, I would have noticed because I noticed small things like this. Low, I was watching, bro. Eugene Cow, how to raise hand, huh? What do you mean? Just say raise hand, whatever. Get creative. Eugene Cow. Oh, okay, so you were watching. Lolo was watching last year. Eugene was watching last year. So Lolo, Eugene, do you see any change in me? Between how I used to stream last year and this year? Any difference? The Singapore me and the Istanbul me, any difference? RG, hotels are expensive. I decided to leave today. Yeah, I'm in Switzerland. Sweden is, and Germany, it's crazy expensive. RG, I saw everything I needed to see. Yeah, just 2 days. Yeah, you were in Switzerland. It's good enough. 2 days. No. See, RG, I do 1 day tour a lot. No? Like I spend only 1 day in Barcelona as well. A lot of people don't understand how people go to somewhere, to some new country and spend only 1 or 2 days. But like RG, people like us, people like you and me, we do it all the time, right? I go to a lot of places for just 1 day, maybe sometimes half a day, and then I can't stand it. I will just leave. He's here. Yes, some film and put wrong caption, very misleading. Yes, very, very dangerous without this kind of law. I see a lot of abuse of what's that? Just random videoing in America and in Singapore. The thing is, people video for bad reasons. They video people in order to bash them online. You don't understand that you're actually hurting someone else's life, and not just that, you're hurting the life of their entire family. What gives somebody the right to do so when the person is not breaking no laws? Okay, I can understand you're trying people hanging like an outright criminal, even though you can't even take their photos in the courtroom. That means you cannot even bash a criminal by showing his face and all online. So now these days, people who does non-criminal things are being treated worse than criminals because of this internet moral policing thing. This is, to me, this is a degradation of humanity. Humanity took a big step backwards with this, and I honestly think this no, I don't even know what to call that law. What do you guys call that law? I don't know what to call that law. The no filming law or something. No filming law. I don't know what you call the law. But it should be everywhere. RG, exactly. A rice pot sounds good. RG, I would love to visit Istanbul one day. You're so close to Istanbul, RG. And you're leaving Zurich. Just buy a 150 euro plane ticket and just come over. It's only 150, 200 euro to fly to Istanbul. Kim Teo, I like yesterday's live stream. Brutal, honest, intense. I cannot be intense every day. I scare people off. Even though I was initiated into Dakini, do you guys know initiated into Dakini? Okay, for those of you who don't understand Tibetan Buddhism, I'll just stop it there. For those who know, okay. So that's why I'm naturally intense. My energy is of the intense sort. Okay, I 命中属火, the fire sort. Actually. RG, wishing you a happy Saturday. And this is a very, very warm Saturday here in Istanbul. People are very easy. Only once in a blue moon people wear a padded jacket. It's 15 degrees Celsius today. Very cloudy day actually. But when I came out today, it was all sunny. So because it's all sunny, Immediately when it's all sunny, I miss this place. Huh? You know where I am? This backdrop, such a great backdrop, good surrounding, and I can like stream however I like without disturbing nobody. I really love this place. You know, after 43 episodes, right? This is 42 episodes and about 35 different cafes and locations. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. Kitab Kuala is my favorite. This place is called Kitab Kuala, by the way, the book cafe's name. Lolo, I think when you were in SG, you look slightly bigger size. Maybe because I watched you exercise without a top. Haha, but now, even better because you smile more often than you were in SG. Yeah, I kind of changed, I changed a lot between over the past 1 year. RG, yeah, it's a good when a police guy is treating it's good to film when a police guy is treating an innocent person wrongly. Witnesses are vital. See, but this thing is a double-edged sword. It cuts both ways. You can use it for justice, you can use it for bad, and like all sorts, more people are going to use it for bad than good. Too bad. It's really too bad. I understand if you're filming something outright illegal, like pol- like law enforcers abusing citizens. That's against the law. I completely understand when people film people who are breaking the law to be a witness against the transgression. But today's people are using it not to condemn people who break any law, but to condemn people who cut the queue in front of you, who walk with a stagger, who spit in the road, who accidentally drop something, who 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 talk in a way that you don't like, who dress in a way that you don't like, who eat noodle with a sound you don't like. Things like that. Today, what people like or don't like is more important than the law. Today, what people like or don't like has 比天还大, bigger than like the internet empowers people, but again, this all power, it cuts both ways, and like all cutting tool, more people are gonna abuse it than to use it properly. So in that sense, honestly, I think the internet does more harm to humanity than good, honestly, in that sense. And not just in that sense, honestly, when I was growing up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, oh, the world was fine. No internet. No, there was internet, but not civilian commercial use internet. Yeah, mostly intranet, but not the internet that we know today. Without this, I call this the Skynet. No, without this Skynet, we live a perfectly awesome life. Honestly, I feel that human beings live better than now. Less judgmental. You may say ignorant because people are more ignorant, but it's not true. No, more information don't make you cleverer. More information don't make you more well informed. More information don't make you more intelligent. More information only builds up a even more fake story world in the head. There's more people doom and gloom today than ever before. And I don't know. I just see what's happening with this internet revolution. How people are calling it the 2.0 technology, like it's a really good thing. To me, it's not a good thing. Honestly, it's a thing that was never needed. It is a thing that mankind never needed. You may say, "Oh, you're cursing the internet now. While you're using it for your streaming." Yeah, I'm perfectly fine not streaming. I grew up for 40 years without streaming, so it's not compulsory. That's the first thing. Second thing is, because of this technology, I'm able to do something that is more productive with this technology, rather than to 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 to, to support the abuse of this technology. Lolo, speaking of media, do you know that social media users hate posts attract consumers? A research state that people are more attentive and uses social media more often when they're seeing something outrageous. Yeah, it's an old thing. It started from TV news. It started from TV news. The TV news reports only bad things or make one single bad thing sounds like the whole country is on fire. That's how they attract people. See? So to me, it's like it's not promoting a wrong thing and bringing humans further away from the from our core humanity. RG, yeah, choose a place to live stream that feels best to you. Yeah, this place, I love this place. This is an amazing place to stream from. It's good environment, good coffee, nice background. Low. Even the news media use that tactic. Yeah. Therefore, there's always hate in modern society. Not true. There's only hate in modern society when you allow it to. There's only in society when you live exclusively in that story world that the media gives you. Like I keep teaching through my channel that it's not compulsory to live in that story world. And we all have a choice to not live in that story world. We all have a choice to stop the hate right here, right now, starting from ourselves. We all have that choice. But sadly, few people makes that choice. Why? Because hating makes you more sociable, more interesting, more acceptable to other people. Uh, And people are too, in a way, most people have not touched that core being of themselves, the core being that makes you fall completely in love with yourself, and therefore accept yourself completely unconditionally. And therefore, everybody would still be looking for acceptance from other people. And in order to be accepted by other people, then very naturally you're forced into the story world, to embrace the story world, to cook up a nice story world so that you can, so that all the thing, so it can reverberate with fellow people who are like that, you know. See, right now, but you don't have to be like that. Like right here, what I'm doing, this is exactly what I'm doing, building a community of people who are reverberating in a positive way, rather than coming together to make ourselves sound interesting by talking and hating about things. We talk about good and interesting and positive things in life. We embrace the positive vibes and happiness in life. And therefore, starting from us, we cut the hate and we spread the, don't say spread the love. Love is an overly abused word in today's society. I say just spread the good vibe. Keep it simple. Don't dress things up with very fanciful terms, you know. Just keep it very simple. You know, even when it comes to spirituality, there are many different layers of things and many different layers of experiences. And a lot of people label these experiences with some very exotic words and terms and concept, like I don't know, like trying to make it sound high class or what, I don't know. But when you really experience it, all of these names don't matter at all. All of these name terms and labels melt away. Then you start to see that all these names are all meaningless. Like a rose would still be a rose, any other name. That, in a way, you know, like names, right? When you label something or you name something or even when you name someone, that person stop being a person, you know. That person becomes a label. It stop being that person or stop being a human being. To you, he is a professor, not a human being, you know. Your professor is not a human being, you know. Because a human being has multiple dimensions. A professor is just one thing. No? He's an architect. Architect is not a human being, you know. And therefore, people walk down the street seeing no longer seeing human beings, but role play characters with a mask on their face only. That's all you see, you know. So in the process, you lose humanity. Now, humanity, nobody talks about humanity these days anymore, no? People talk about consciousness, about enlightenment, whatever. Humanity. People talk about morals, they talk about values, beliefs, shit like that. When we should really be rediscovering humanity. What is humanity? See, today's people ask the craziest question, what is humanity? It's like a bird asking, what does it mean to be a bird, you know? I think maybe this is a direction that I want to take a lot further down the road, you know? I think the most important thing in the world today, right, for human being, now a lot of people are talking about the most important thing in the world right now being to build a conscious planet that people all need to be conscious. Yes, in a way. But I think out of 1,000 people, only one or two are ever going to be conscious. Out of 10,000 people, only one or two is going to have their awakening experiences. And out of a million, maybe only one will be enlightened. Building a conscious planet is always a minority thing, you know. But I say, more than that, let us just all rediscover the simple humanity of being human, you know. Being human is already in you. Being human, but you know, interestingly, being human is lost in a lot of people. People don't understand what it means to be human anymore. A lot of people that I see. But anyways, I've been talking so long. Let's check the messages. RG, I agree. Technology has its positives and negatives. Kisha, those residential housing on the other side looks nice. Oh yeah. So these are the real common housing of the real common Turkish people. Oh, see today 15 degrees Celsius, not even padding anymore. This style of housing is very common in China and Russia, by the way. So the old style housing. See, I've been showing you guys like really Italian style, Spanish style housing, yeah. Those are really the more high class ones, you know. Those are the more expensive ones. They're not the everyday people house. The everyday people live in this type. Mm. This type, I would say, is like the equivalent of HDB in Singapore. RG, people are becoming more depressed on social media, losing touch with the real world and socializing with people, creating an image that isn't truly themselves. See, not just that. RG, when you're looking at the screen, you think you're socializing, you think you're engaging with people. Honestly, in the end of the day, you're just talking to a screen. In the end of the day, I'm just talking at my phone. I'm not talking to nobody. Honestly, this is the existential reality. The existential reality is I've been talking to my phone all this while. That's it. That's all it is. Nothing else, nothing more. Mm. RG, especially the younger generations. I don't actually know the lives of the younger generations anymore. I don't have anyone I know whom I can truly say is the younger generation. So for those of you who just joined my live stream, welcome. It's a warm Saturday autumn morning here in Istanbul. 15 degrees Celsius. I'm not even in jacket, just a hoodie. And I'm back in my favorite place to stream, the Kitab Kuala Book Cafe, where you get a nice little corner to myself, nice backdrop. You can see what's happening outside, and quiet, not disturbing nobody. Yeah. And for those of you who are new to my live stream, this is a live stream where every day I try to go to a different location or cafe here in Istanbul, grab a coffee, and then like chit chat for an hour or an hour and a half, yeah, about everything and anything. So if you enjoy this live stream, do help me subscribe and stay tuned. In fact, every Saturday I do 2 live streams. This is the first. And then later in the afternoon, I live stream my 2 hours of meditation. Yeah, 2 hours. So if you guys are into meditation and spirituality, do join me later on at 2 p.m. Turkey time for my meditation live stream. You know, a lot of people like to go out and have fun on Saturdays, but Saturdays to me, spiritual days. Saturdays, I pretty much just meditate all day. Yeah, Saturdays are when I really sit down and clear out one whole week of accumulated daily karmas. Clear out or to clear out the garbage in my head, lah. You know, in a way, but it's not really in my head. Karma is not in your head. Eugene, as an alfresco area. Yeah, Eugene, the first time I came to Kitakola, I streamed from that seat outside. Here, this seat. That's the first time. That was the first time last month when I came. I streamed from that seat over there. So maybe you missed that. But I like the inside here better because better background, better seats. Yeah, I just like the inside here better. But the outside is nice because you get to interact with people as well. And I actually came inside because today when I came out it was really sunny. But suddenly right now the weather is like so fantastic. It's my favorite cloudy weather. Yes, to Jewish, Saturday is total rest. Oh, Sabbath, yeah, the Sabbath. To me, yeah, Saturday is kind of my Sabbath day as well. Like Saturdays, I don't do anything extreme or interesting or. In fact, if I'm not streaming like this, usually Saturdays I just stay at home all day, meditate or whatever. To really just Saturday is my recharge day where I get rid of all the rubbish. You know, you cannot imagine how much rubbish you accumulate on a weekly basis. A lot. I accumulated so much rubbish this week as well. I can feel the prickling energy all over. The energy of those stuff that I accumulated all week. It's actually a physical energy. That's why I don't call it a mental thing, because the way I experienced it was the accumulated karma or accumulated energy influence on me. It's not just rubbish in your head, no, not just garbage in your head. I experience it actually as a physical sensation, energy and layers of energy. I could feel the layers as well, and I can feel how it comes and I can feel how it dissolves, and I know how to do it. So it's a real physical thing that I experience. Not so. That's why I think it's not fair to call it like just clearing garbage from your head. You know, it's not that. It's not a mental thing. It's not just something in your head. When whatever you experience throughout the week, right? People around you and whatever happened didn't just throw garbage in your head. You know, it literally throws an energy onto you that sticks to you, and you can feel it when you're sensitive enough. Okay, so looks like today is quite a quiet day, and nobody's talking anymore. 45 minutes in. So if there's no more discussion, I'm gonna end today's live stream right here. Thank you guys for coming on once again. See you guys later on in the afternoon. Oh, Eugene. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask, how come that day you wanted to go to Osaka? Oh, all my stuff are still in Osaka. Eugene, you didn't know? Last year I was living in Osaka. Yeah, I was training full time as a samurai in Osaka, and all my stuff are still in my room in Osaka. I need to go back to Osaka. I still have a life in Osaka. I still have all my stuff in Osaka. That's why I need to go back to Osaka. That's why I needed to know. Oh, good morning, Elijah. Wow, I was just about ending, Elijah. It's a very warm Saturday morning. You see people dressing up warm, not warm, dressing up cold. 15 degrees Celsius today. 15. Oh, that's why I'm not even in jacket. Eugene, I know, but I thought you also said you uprooted everything. No, I didn't say I uprooted everything from Japan. No, I didn't. I still have my home in Japan. I still have all my stuff in Japan. I still have all my belongings. I even have one computer in Japan. I still have I have one more laptop in Japan. All my like half my clothes, stuff like that, all in Japan. Basically, I can just go straight to Japan from Turkey without bringing anything. Just like this, I can go. I have everything in Japan. But right now because of the COVID thing, like didn't know that they're gonna shut down for so long. You know, Kisha, you did not keep your stuff in storage. No, because I didn't know that I'll be away from Japan for so long. Honestly, I went back to New York from Japan last April because of the COVID thing, and Limpeh was working in the most COVID infested hospital in New York, the Jacobi Hospital. She was working there. So that was the most infested hospital in the world at that time. So I was worried. So I went back to New York to see how she is, to give her some support. But I totally intended to return to Japan within a month. So I kept my room, I paid for my room for the entire year and everything, and kept all my stuff there. I completely intended to go back to Japan after 1 month. See, that's why I keep saying, no, life never works out the way I plan. So I don't plan anymore. Life never works the way I planned it. Never, never. I never intended to be locked out of Japan. I never intended to be locked out of Singapore. I never intended to be here in Istanbul. I never intended to be here in Istanbul for 1 year. Next week is coming 1 year, and then next week. I never intended any of this. My entire life is a story of unintended consequences. Ron Lucas, so are you? Yeah, I'm samurai. I'm adopted into my grandmaster's family. So I'm actually adopted older brother of the current Soke right now. So I am officially real samurai. You're not real samurai just because you can swing a sword, by the way. You can swing a sword, you're a swordsman. You can swing a sword, you can be a bandit. You're only samurai when you're adopted into a samurai family. Yeah. Eugene, remember I asked about your katana in Singapore and you say you left it in the dojo and moved all the belongings. No, I didn't move all the belongings with me. All my belongings, everything is in Osaka. I think you got it wrong. Yeah. My sword, my belongings, everything is in Osaka. Even my computer, I didn't even bring my computer. So my laptop's still there as well. Because that's how completely intent. That's how strongly I believe I'll be back in a very short time. You see, once again, life never works out the way I plan. Life rarely ever works out the way I plan. So why plan? I don't know. I just want to know your experiences in life. You guys, does life usually work out the way you guys plan it? For me, my life is completely a story of unintended consequences. Like nothing works according to any kind of plan. But does your life work according to your plans? Like, do you plan stuff in your life and they actually work out that way? I'm honestly curious to know because I don't know other people's lives. Elijah, it's really cold in my city. Oh, Elijah, yeah, you should get your stuff from Osaka. Yeah, I'm dying to go back to Osaka. Not to mention I'm paying for my room. But Ninja still around in Osaka. The thing is this, okay? I don't know how best to say this. But There's never been ninja the way you guys believe. The way you guys believe and the way that is portrayed in popular culture, that kind of ninja never existed. Not Japan, not anywhere. The Naruto thing doesn't exist. Now, what exists? If you want to understand ninja, it you want to understand the real ninja, then I can tell you even today it exists everywhere in the world. What is the real ninja? The real ninja are spies, are assassins, are what in China is 黑衣人, people who dress in black go in the middle of the night and assassinate someone, or someone who is just spying, which is still today the same thing. I can sit down in a cafe every day, listen to gossip, and then spy and report back. That's being a ninja. So that's why today, popular image and popular culture around this ninja thing is creates a really false impression. Ninja don't exist, but the work of a shinobi, which is the work of spying and assassination, is the same everywhere in the world. You have so if you want to say it that way, then ninja exists everywhere in the world. Yeah, every culture, every single country has ninjas. Even today, CIA is a ninja academy, isn't it? So to me, I always laugh at this idea where people like this obsession over this thing called ninja. Ninja don't exist. Don't even legally exist in Japan. What exists? Samurais exist. And samurais are the real social caste. That exists. That is real history. That is real history where the real samurai caste is still ruling Japan right now. Okay, all of them were from past samurai noble families up there. Yeah. Elijah, I have stopped planning a lot as well. Many disappointments when it comes to plans go amok. Elijah, I can be so excited to buy Nokcha ice cream until I go to the store to find out it's out of stock. Now, I mean, when I say plan, I don't mean that kind of thing. No, when I say plan your life is, I mean like it's not like I want to buy ice cream and today you run out of ice cream. Not that. Like I feel like I want to plan to like you plan to do college and then to live this a certain kind of life and then it didn't work out that way. You plan not to get married. You plan to get married and never get married. You know, things like that, big things. The modern Turkish man style. See the man bun? EB bun. Oh, okay. Elijah, then I stopped disappointed, so I stopped planning too much. Nothing ever goes according to plan. Kim Teo, when the plans don't work out your way, how do you feel about it? Do you feel anxious? No, not at all. I just flow with it. Kim, I planned to be in Singapore, but it didn't work out. The whole nation bashed me, so I just come to Istanbul. What? No big deal, right? It's no big deal. Why you need to be angry and anxious about anything? Just flow with life. If you come to a junction and you want to turn left and you see a rock, then just turn right. What's the problem? Gentle lion, Limpeh also ninja. Oh, Patrick, why do you name yourself Gentle Lion? You keep saying a ninja, but see, the thing is people don't understand historically what ninja is. Like the historical real ninja, they don't know, and they have this strange pop culture idea of what ninja is, that they dress in a certain way, look a certain way, use mudras in a certain way. Do you know this mudras, this kyujikiri is not a ninja thing, it's a Shinto thing. All my senpai in my samurai school does kyujikiris. It's not a ninja thing, it's Shinto, it's a Shinto ritual thing. It's a nine cut Shinto thing. Popular culture, that's what I keep saying though. The media gives you guys a story world that's completely fake. As fake as ninja, as the idea of ninja. Elijah, for long term, I plan to travel to 36 countries. I haven't been to not one. Okay. Elijah, I thought I'd be in Japan by 17. they canceled the trip, fired the teacher, so I never got my chance to go to Tokyo. Oh. Hmm. But the rest of you, does your plans in life usually work out the way you intended, or is your life closer to what I experienced, a whole life full of unintended consequences? Oh, Shis, namaskaran, Limpeh. If you get time, please share your insights about gut feel, how they originate, how we perceive it, why some people can feel them, why some. Oh, okay. This discussion actually, I actually did a serious deep dive into my into my inner world. Let's call it inner world, easier that way. I did a deep dive into my inner world in order to understand the structure of this thing called gut feels or sixth sense, and I'm very pleased to report that I have a very complete idea of how gut feels and sixth sense work, because of this deep dive within my own experiences. And yeah, I was actually meaning to share a few days ago, but so I'm going to share today. So what the background of this discussion is this. Now she's from Bharata. For those of you who don't know uh, where Bharata is, um, it's India. Okay, what we call India. Of course, what you call India is not India, it's called Bharata. What you call China is not called China, it's called 中国, 中华民国. What you call Korea is not Korea, it's called 台湾民国. What you call Japan is not Japan, it's called Nihon or Nippon. Okay, so India is not India, it's Bharata. Alright, Bharata. So she's from Bharata. Asked me about, in fact, she wasn't the first one. Someone else asked me what I thought about sixth sense before she asked me this question about gut feel. So honestly, this is something that I'm not paid a lot of attention to. So I don't have a very structured answer for a long time. Until last week, not last week, about 3 days ago, I really sat down and seriously did a deep dive within myself to understand the structure of this thing called gut feel, a sixth sense, and very happy to hit a few aha moments where right now I can say I pretty much understood how it works. So I'm gonna share this. Ron Lucas. Yes, my life doesn't work out like expected as well, like you. Um 中华人民共和国, yeah. No, I didn't say 中华民国. Did I say 中华民国? 中华民国 is Taiwan. Elijah, the difference between gut feel and no, not difference. There's no difference. When we talk about gut feel and intuition and sixth sense, they're all the same thing. Okay, so I'm gonna start my presentation of my findings about intuition, sixth sense, gut feels, what it is, how it comes from, how it works, how it manifests, and the different levels of manifestation. Yes, that's how deep I dug into this thing within myself. Okay, okay. So now, I found that when it comes to sixth sense or gut feel, we need to first understand what people are talking about. When people say they have a gut feel or sixth sense, is what they are talking about is, in certain moments they have this feeling that, hey, something is going to happen, or hey, something is like that rather than that. They walk into an alley and then they go like, hey, something doesn't feel right. Okay, that's the sixth sense or gut feel we're talking about, or the intuition. And now I'm going to get my thoughts organized a little bit. Okay, now there are three levels. There's not just one thing they're talking about. There are actually three different levels that make up this thing called gut feel or sixth sense. Again, I didn't get this from any books. I got this from a very deep dive during my meditation a few days ago. I did a very deep dive within myself to recover and discover the whole structure, how this thing works. Okay, so I discovered that there's three levels or three layers. I don't know how to call it. Should I call it layers or levels? I don't know. But there's three. Okay. Number one is purely psychological, fear or phobic reaction. that means when people see this, I think this first level of so-called sixth sense or gut feel is the most common, where it's not really a sixth sense or gut feel at all. It's just a fear or phobic reaction. Okay. That's why, in Korea, right, we keep saying, yeah, kami ang joa, kami ang joa. Oh, this doesn't feel good, that one doesn't feel good. When people say that, usually it's not out of any form of insight or intuition. It's just pure phobic or fear reaction. I kind of like you find yourself in a situation where it kind of triggers some kind of a fear or your phobia. And you go like, I think this coming on Joe. I think this something is wrong. Like a lot of females, huh? I mean, because guys were all bastards when we are in our teens and early 20s. Okay, let's just admit it. Okay, all guys are bastards when in our teens and our early 20s. It's just hormone raging sex monsters. Okay, and the thing is, unfortunately, because we guys are created this way, so a lot of girls go through a lot of betrayals early in their life, and therefore, when they get married and then they see their husband do certain things, it triggers that response. It reminded them of certain things they've seen before, experienced before, and triggers a phobic response. Something is wrong. You got kami and joa. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. But the thing is, that did not come from any form of a real sixth sense or insight. It's purely a form of a phobic reaction or fear reaction. Okay, so in my deep dive, I found that this was the first level of what people call gut feel or intuition. Then we come to the second level, which is the deeper level. Now, this level is when you come to this level, we begin to enter the realm of real, true intuition, or true intuition, not yet true sixth sense, not sixth sense. This is pure fear. This is intuition level. Okay, the deepest level is then the sixth sense level. Okay, so that's why there are levels in my experience. So the second level is the intuition level. Now, what is the difference between now? I won't be checking messages right now, okay, because I want to finish this whole thing before I look at messages, so I won't be looking at messages, okay. Now, this second level is this. How it works is this. Modern psychology has already, this is well-known fact, modern psychology is this. You have a conscious mind, and then you have an unconscious mind, a whole storehouse of unconscious knowledge and stuff. Yes, this whole structure, like I explained sometime before, is part of the karmic structure. It's part of karma. Okay. Now, we as human, the conscious mind, we are only accessing something like 1-2% of what we really know in this huge storehouse of information. Okay, where does this storehouse come from? It's come from genetic. Number one, it comes from genetic inheritance. We inherit a lot of genetic memory that we don't even know about. Genetic memory gets passed down at least 3 to 4 generations. That is what science has established today, where you introduce a new phobia to a rat, 4 generations down, they all have the same phobia. Okay, so that means that information gets passed down into the big unconscious storehouse. Okay, now, and second thing is, you accumulate into this storehouse just by being alive. Even though you are not consciously looking at something or listening to something, you are receiving everything in your subconscious. Everything gets recorded. It's just that you don't know, you're not aware of it. Okay, so now, this level of sixth sense or intuition or gut feel comes from your subconscious mind, because see, this whole storehouse of knowledge is a whole storehouse of a lot of different kind of information, and when you find yourself in certain situations and you are in touch enough with your energies to not be influenced by your own fear and phobia, that's why it's a deeper level. As long as you still ruled by fear and phobia, don't talk about real gut feel, no. All you're doing is just this level, okay? Now, once you're not influenced by this level, you start to be able to access your subconscious intelligence subconsciously, which means that in certain situations, if your grandfathers, your great-great-grandfathers, your 200 years ago ancestors have been in the same situation, it will trigger, boom, you say, this situation, something is wrong. Or your storehouse of subconscious knowledge, you will trigger something to come out. Or in this, suddenly you get information or knowledge about something that you never consciously thought of before. That thing just comes up. And it's not hard to reach this level. Okay, I think a lot of people get that all the time. That is the intuition level of gut feel or this whole phenomena. Let's just call it phenomena. So many names of this whole phenomena. The intuition level. This is where you develop true intuition. Intuition meaning you're getting information from very deep sources within yourself subconsciously to be able to interpret what's going on right now and to give you warnings or insights into what you are experiencing right now. Then when you get more sensitive, you get into the deepest level, I call it sixth sense level. Now, sixth sense level works like this. Now, this level is gonna start to sound like fairy tale, okay? But like I said, I did a very deep dive into my insight, okay, insight, and discovered and touched all three levels. That's how I know it exists. I didn't do any research on the internet, okay, so don't quote me anything. I didn't read any books about this. She just asked me a question. All I did was sit down, meditate, and then get the answer. That's all I did. Okay. Now this deepest level is this. Now time don't exist. Time is not existential reality. Well, this is very tough to explain. When you come to the present moment, see, a lot of spirituality talks about the present moment, right? What present moment, mindfulness, now mindfulness, that kind of thing, right? But they all merely scratch the very surface. Now, the implications are very deep once you touch that dimension. Now, understanding that time do not exist and that past is simply your memory and future is simply your imagination means that existentially there is only now. Now, in the now, this point, this moment is where every dimension of time converge and exists, which means past, present, future all exist in this moment. And past, present, future are not time. Past, present, not even present is time. Not even the now is time. Because past, present, future are dimensions, not time. And therefore, when you're focused and you bring your being into this moment, what is happening is you enter the dimension called no time, which is eternity. Like I explained before, eternity is not infinite time. Eternity is simply an absence of time. And therefore, in the dimension of eternity, all dimensions of past, present, future exist at once in this moment. If you're able to touch that dimension, you gain real sixth sense, which is you start to be able to see the future. You see one thing, you see the future or the past, or that you start to get images, real images of, you see something that triggers it, you will see its future, you will see its past. That's what people call sixth sense, and it comes from this dimension. Like I say, once you reach this dimension, talk about it sounds like fairy tale, right? So I'm not gonna go too deep into this, but this has been my finding for Shs Shs question about. So it's also fair to say that you cannot just say gut feel, sixth sense, and intuition. You can't lump them into one thing. Even though for most people, just saying it as one thing is okay. But if you really go deep and touch each dimension, they're all different. Gut intuition is different from gut feel, it's different from sixth sense. You say gut feel. What do you even mean by gut feel? Gut feel means you feel something in the guts, right? Why do you feel something in the guts? It's a fear reaction. It's a fear reaction. A fear reaction that triggers a chemical reaction. That's what you call a gut feel. And then true intuition is being able to tap into a subconscious mind for not able to, but you're in touch enough for your subconscious mind and your conscious mind to occasionally communicate and give you tips and warnings and insights. Then when you go even deeper, you go into the sixth sense of things where your energies start to converge into the no time or timeless dimension of the now, where all past and present dimensions and possibilities exist on the same speck of time. You start to be able to see futures and past and everything. That's called sixth sense. Alright? Wow. At last I did my report. That's my homework. At last, Shs Shs, I done my homework. Okay, let's check messages. Gentle lion, gut feel for longer term matter, intuition for shorter term. Not really. It's not like that. At least not in my experience. And Alpha is good morning. Alpha is from Kathmandu, Nepal. Sherry, hi Limpeh. Hi Sherry, been a long time. Haven't seen you around for a long time. Okay, yeah, so that has been my homework of what gut feel, intuition, sixth sense, all these things are and how it works. Again, I didn't get it from any internet or any gurus or any books or again, this is testimony again, though, that you have everything you need to know inside if you know how to tap into that endless and unlimited storehouse of intelligence within yourself. It's all inside. In fact, how do you do this? You know, how do you get intelligence and how do you get such universal knowledge from inside? I can teach you. It's very simple. You start from a simple question. First, you sit down, empty your mind, clear away. First, the most important thing is this: you need to clear away the role playing character in your head. That means you need to be away from the story world. You need to come back to the reality, existential reality, so that you can start to feel what's within yourself. Most people can't even do that. So if you can't do that, go to my channel and search for the story world meditation, where I teach you step by step how to do that. But once you distance yourself from the story world and get your energies into this point, into the real world, now you close your eyes and you start to pop the question. Like, for example, what is intuition? Then you start to go deep into your past experiences and then remember when the first time remember every time, not just first of every time that you felt that way. Now you go into each of these instances and then start to ask yourself, was there a physical sensation? Was there what was going on in the head? What did I feel? How did I feel the way I feel? What were the external circumstances? What were the internal thoughts? What gave rise? Where was the trigger? What triggered what? Understand the chain of everything and then go into every single situation before, and then start to query yourself. Why did I think like that? I thought like that. I behaved like that. I felt like that. Why? Get the next one. Why? Get why? Keep going deeper and deeper. Then you touch. That's how I learn. That's how I learn everything. That's how I learn everything. That's how I learn everything that I share on the pretty much spiritual things. Okay, spiritual things. That's how I pretty much learn every of my spiritual things. Shs Shs, thank you for your answer. Very interesting insight. How about your personal experience? Have you had those intuitions or gut feel moments? Yeah, or like I said, the whole thing came from my personal experience. So if I've not experienced all three levels, I won't be able to share with you all the thing, right? And the thing is this, we all in us, in that subconscious, the 97 or 99% of subconscious storehouse of information, we all have within that storehouse every single experience of every single human being over millions of lifetimes is all in there. How? All genetic memory. We all carry the genetic memories of a million generations. how much information that is, Few people, people who do like past life regression, they can't even take like 3 lifetimes or 5 lifetimes of their own information. Now we carry millions of lifetimes of information in here. And therefore, you only as long as you know how to tap into this, you know pretty much everything in the world. Everything that's possible human knowledge is all already in here. You never needed to read a book or search the internet. Unless you're looking for very academic things like experiment results, research results, very specific measurement things. Okay, those you read reports and stuff. I only read reports. I don't read books. Or I don't know. I don't scroll for leisure fun. I just read specific reports about specific things. But mostly, with knowledge that is not contextualized within a scientific framework, is all inside. Because why? Because science didn't exist for millions of years. Yeah. But anyways, I'm very happy to share this. I'm very grateful for Shs Shs for the question, because honestly, Shs Shs, if you never asked, I would never have bothered to understand this phenomena. Because to me, it is never a big deal in my life. Maybe to me, it's very natural. So to me, it's never a big deal. And for most people, right, if you're still stuck at the gut feel level of fear and phobic reactions, it's usually best to just ignore your so-called gut feel. And most of the time you're wrong. Yeah. Or most of the time you're just shutting yourself out of new possibilities and experiences in life. Right? I read about an article about how we humans are connected with each other on a subconscious level with each other, but we don't realize it. Of course, it's not a belief or what. This is a truth. All of us are connected in so many ways. Okay, let's not even talk about subconscious level. Let's not talk about the memes. Let's not talk about energetic connection. Let's not talk about any of this. Let's not talk about the fact. Okay, the fact, my experiential fact is this, that we are all just drawings on the same canvas. And then this thing you draw, saying I'm different from this thing you draw. No, nonsense. It's all the same canvas and the same ink even. Okay? This is how we're not just connected. All human beings are the same one person. That is the deep truth. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the layman truth. The layman truth is everything we do, like I explained in the karmic structure last week, is that every single thing you do or say, even right here now, sitting here, you think I'm sitting here alone, right? But I'm affecting a lot of life. Everybody who walked by, who saw me or hear me, I'm affecting their life already. Someone who just innocently walked by and see this Asian dude sitting there, okay? I don't know you, don't know me, you just walk by and just a 1 second impression. I may become their topic of the day, when they're eating, and because they discuss so deeply, because they saw me, certain ideas change or certain attitudes change, which may trigger even more reactions down the road. So already talking about this is very simple external karma, which is simple external cause and effect. We are all already intrinsically and unavoidably, inescapably connected. Just by being here, I'm affecting everything. That's how connected we are right now. Yeah. So now we're not even talking about the deeper dimensions, Science is just beginning to come to the point where they recognize that there is this thing called meme cells, something like that, which connects between human minds. So in a way, we're all a hive mind, but that's just the surface. That's just the surface. Because by saying that, science is still saying that we are still separate individuals with a connected mind. No, we're not even a separate individual. You and me, you there, me here, you are not even there, I'm not even here. We're actually together. Okay? It's hard to explain, but in one of my awakening moments before, I touched that dimension of oneness. It was crazy. What I've experienced was that whole world being a canvas, a white canvas, and we are all drawings on that same canvas, and and this drawing all think I'm separate from this drawing. When we're all drawing on the same canvas, drawn with the same ink. So in a way, we're all connected. We're all bumps on this earth world. We're just things of Mother Earth. We are just a manifestation of Mother Earth, created using the same carbon material. We, that means it's as good as this. You have 5 fingers. Okay, is this your finger? Yes. Is this your finger? Yes. This is your finger? Yes. So doesn't it sound ridiculous when your thumb say no, I'm different from your index finger, I'm an individual from your index finger, or your index finger say I'm an individual from your other fingers? This is exactly what human being is doing right now. This one finger saying I'm different or disconnected or separate or individual from the other fingers. This is the state. This was what when I experienced this dimension, I was like, wow. Well, it was honestly mind-blowing. And the illusion of you, me, good people, bad people, everything all disappeared. Because honestly, when you experienced it this way, then there's no more racism, there's no more separateness between people. In fact, distance don't exist. You know, some people you may experience distance as if someone is sitting with you, you feel close. When someone is in another country, you feel it's far, yes? But honestly, the someone sitting beside you, there's a distance as well. Yeah? Yeah? And if you go into the quantum science of it all, even that distance is an infinite distance. It's the same distance the guy sitting here or in another country. This is exactly the same distance. And it's exactly the same no distance. Oh yeah, there's this thing called no distance as well. Yeah. So see, all these things, when you start to go to that dimension, it all sounds like fairy tale. It sounds like mad talk already, you know. So that's why, you know, when I talk about these things, I like to keep it very practical. From a everyday life point of view, how is that relevant? Now, from an everyday point of view, how is this understanding the connectiveness of human beings relevant? It's relevant like this. Know that whatever you do and say, that even you just being here, sitting alone, minding your own business, talking to nobody, you're affecting everybody else. And everybody else in the world, everybody else with you're triggering reactions, chain reactions in the world by chaos theory. Okay, you're triggering chain reactions in the world that you neither can control nor neither are aware of. Reactions and change that would not have happened if you simply did not exist. Which means the world you experience today is the world we experience today simply because we exist. If you did not exist, this world would have been completely different. Okay, you don't have to be a Hitler to change the world by not existing. Every one of us is that powerful. Through your entire life, through my entire 46 years, I have set in motion countless chain reaction in the world is beyond understanding, beyond the realm of understanding. That's how complex this whole network of interconnectivity really is. When you understand this, you start to understand that everything around you happens because of yourself. And you're affecting a lot of people. And there's a lot of responsibility in this. And you have to embrace that responsibility. And then you can start to live, and then your humanity will come forward. Why? Because now that you understand you affect everybody, then you better well affect it in a real good way, right? Yeah. Mike Man X. Hi Limpeh, I agree. The base of the hand you put up being God. Yeah. creating individualized consciousness to experience itself in all the possible way. Yep, that's one way to look at it. Yeah, that's the spiritual way of looking at it. Individual consciousness being the, yeah. You can look at this in both a spiritual aspect and also the physical aspect as well. This is simply Mother Earth, and everything on Mother Earth, from trees to animals to human being, everything is just a manifestation of its outer crust and the materials that we're made of, that this world is made of. So, in a way, we're all connected together. So, on the physical level, we're connected, and in the spiritual level, we're connected by conscious. Well, I don't like to call it consciousness because today I think consciousness is a word that's completely overused. It's the way I experienced it. Consciousness is not one thing. The way I experienced it, consciousness is a syndrome that that is an experience that is the combination of several different things. Yeah, I don't want to get into all this. I don't want to get into all this. It makes people unsubscribe from my channel. Do you know that ever since I started this live stream 43 days ago, I have lost 300 subscribers? Yeah, yeah. The more I talk about these things, the more I lose subscribers. Okay. Is it this guy crazy? What? Saibi Kyoju, yeah? What? Some kind of cult leader, you know? Oh, the more I talk about my inner experiences, the more I lose, the more I lose subscribers. I rather like to talk about Istanbul, coffee. uh, yeah, so yeah, but really, thanks Shs Shs from Barata for the very good homework. I hope I gave a very good, comprehensive enough understanding. Sherry, you should be no. I'm not gaining. You should be gaining subs. I'm not gaining subs. I'm losing subs every single day. I lose about 20 over the past. Like I said, over the past 43 days, I lost over 300 subs. I'm losing subs every day doing this. I'm losing money, losing subs, and I'm losing a lot of energy. Every day it takes a lot of energy to do this. And it takes a lot of money every day. I'm spending an extra $300 every month just to do this. Oh, and I'm losing subscribers. But honestly, I'm better off not doing this. Honestly, yeah? You guys see? Huh? Even when I go by logic in life, right, I should not be doing this. I'm losing subscribers, I'm losing money, I'm losing energy. I'm losing in every way that is scientifically, like, that is measurable. I'm losing in every way measurable. Oh. Sherry, we love you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, it's a nice cloudy day, When I first came out, it was, oh, shish. And thank you for your answer. It was very simple, so I understood easily. You're a good teacher. Sorry about your subscribers. Couldn't help asking such questions. No, I like such questions. Okay. I don't really care about the subscribership. Like I said, what if I have 20,000, 200,000, or 2 million subscribers? Matters to my life not. But yeah, everything that you understand from experience or within yourself, you will always be able to explain very easily. That's why in every field of endeavor, the true masters are always able to explain whatever they're doing in very simple terms. You guys realize that there's this phenomenon where true masters or true let's just call it masters in everything, are always able to explain the thing in extremely simple ways. But the scholars or the people who read a lot about certain things, they will deliberately or deliberately unconsciously try to make everything sound very complex. Yeah, this is again the difference between information and experience. And like I always say on my channel, if I become a spiritual teacher one day, my message is just this: stop reading, start living. Go out there and experience whatever you're reading about. Don't waste your time reading it. Go out there and do it. Because by doing it, you can write 10 books like that. But by reading that one book, you only have this one-dimensional understanding about whatever you're reading about. Mike man, the real ones who can relate to you and your explorations will stay. Yeah, you know but honestly, I can't say my live stream has not been growing. My live stream has been growing. Like more, I'm getting more and more viewers actually on my live stream. But just that the subscribers on my channel, it is plummeting. Maybe because like my style changed too much over the past few months. Yeah, because I didn't used to talk about spirituality or anything. I just share like my travels and my experiences. That's all. It's just over the past 6 months, I know, over the past 3 4 months, I started to deep go deep dive and start to share my realizations about everything. And wow, and suddenly everybody go, whoa, this guy, wow, what the hell? But if you know me in real life, those were the topics people talk to me about. What's the meaning of life and all these things? You know, in real life over the past many years, people ask me these things rather than investment things, you know. That's why, you know, this is not new for me. It's just that I only started talking about it publicly on my YouTube recently, but these are not recent findings or recent thinkings, you know. These are what people in real life that I meet in real life, they talk to me about such things all the time. You know, interesting. And yeah, thank you guys so much once again for joining me today. All the beautiful usual names, Shs Shs, RG, even Mike. Mike, man, I haven't seen you for quite a while. Sherry, haven't seen Sherry for a while. Elijah every day, Alphas every day. Yeah, Eugene almost every day, Ron every day. Yeah. Thank you guys. Kim Teo, yeah, Kim Teo every day. Man, honestly, I don't know why you guys enjoy it. Keisha every day as well. I don't understand why you guys enjoy my live stream when I'm talking shit most of the time. Low. And also, of course, Tressa Will, my mysterious viewer. I know you're watching. Oh, and Andrea, a new viewer from Romania. Thanks for connecting on Instagram as well. Sherry, I started watching you with the anti-aging topic. Yeah, most people discover me because of anti-aging, yeah. And after a while, you start to realize, oh, this guy's more than anti-aging, yeah. And some people can accept it. No, we just want an anti-aging guru who eats, sleep, shit, anti-aging. Oh, I'm not that guy. I'm sorry, I'm not that guy. I, honestly, anti-aging is one thing I like, but it's not what I'm about. Yeah, and thank you guys. Have a great, really good weekend. Do join me 3 p.m. Turkey time for my 2 hours weekend meditation. Namaskar. Annyeong.